Hey, cool cats. Good evening. We're going to be talking about the new boogeyman, which some people are calling the bird flu. There's a lot of people hoarding eggs off of shelves, different parts of the country. As soon as they arrive, they pack themselves like three or four 18 packs. How long is that going to last? Eggs only have so long of a shelf life. And then also, the New York market stopped the live market sale of chickens. So that's very concerning because they're going to be obviously culling all these chickens. Are they going to be putting them back out in the market, whether they have H1N1 or not? And then apparently there's some species of birds at the Bronx Zoo that are coming down with H1N1, which is really affecting their population. So let's ask about the price of chicken. The price of chicken has not skyrocketed. You figured, being that we have the culling of all these birds, a shortage of birds, well, chicken in particular, how come we're not seeing $15 for the price of chicken per package? Or what's going on with that? Are they culling all these birds and selling them to us? We need a little bit more answers on that, because I think they feel the fact that if we buy a package of chicken that possibly could have been exposed to H1N1 and we cook it for more than 165 degrees, because most of us do, on a frying pan or in an oven, it's okay to eat. So we need a little bit of answers with that. I'd like to find out more about, when they're culling these birds, what exactly are they doing with them? Are they selling us this chicken at a discounted price, or are they actually burying these birds? That's a very, very good question. And more stuff. We got New Orleans ramping up security with the Super Bowl. Obviously, there's a lot of things happening down in NOLA. There's a Telemundo reporter by the name of Adan Manzano. His life was taken by apparently someone, we don't know exactly what she did to him, but she got a hold of his credit cards and he ended up dead. That's very concerning, because he was a really well-known reporter in Kansas, and he went down to cover the Super Bowl. Seems like he was a really well-known and well-loved guy, so that's very unfortunate. And speaking of the Super Bowl, they're ramping up security, and I really hope all of you that are planning on going to Super Bowl, please take precaution. Even if you're just going to New Orleans to party, like, make sure your wits are about with yourself. And then there's so much other stuff going on. Yeah, we're talking about funding for America and many different things. And let's bring up some things. We have Paradise, California, hit by fires. We have the Hermit's Peak fire that happened in New Mexico, where a lot of people in northern New Mexico lost their properties, a lot of ranches, cabins. You have Lahaina, Hawaii. You have Ruidoso, New Mexico. You have the floods in North Carolina from the hurricanes. And you also have a lot of people damaged from the hurricanes in Florida recently. We cannot forget those people. There's so many atrocities that happen, we forget about them. And most recently, we have the fires that took place in the Palisades and Altadena area. And in the Altadena area was where a lot of working class film people resided. And there's a lot of other communities, too, that have been hit by atrocities. So what are we doing to help these communities? Is there any kind of organization besides Red Cross? This is basically dependent on donations. Who else is helping these folks? I mean, I know in LA, the LA area, a lot of people have come together as a community to help one another. And what is doing in regards to all these communities that we just talked about, money and housing for all these folks? What's going on? Like, what are we doing to help all these people that have been hit from all these tragedies in the past few years? Something to think about. And another thing is, I want to tell all my friends traveling to Super Bowl and the areas where you're partying for Super Bowl, like such as Kansas City and Philly, please be safe and be vigilant. And if I have any friends working the Super Bowl or attending the Super Bowl, please be vigilant. very vigilant. And if you see anything out of order, make sure to report that. Otherwise, have a great night. Cheerio.